Today's video is all about intermittent fasting, how it's changed my life, and how it could be a magical fat loss trick just for you. Let's jump into the video. All right, so intermittent fasting, let me just get one thing clear. Intermittent fasting is not, and let me repeat, not a way to technically lose fat faster, unless a couple things come into play here, and let me break it down for you. Now, I know initially in the beginning of the video, I said intermittent fasting has changed my life, and it's become a magical secret pill for me when it comes to fat loss, but let me explain what I mean. Intermittent fasting does not cause your body to lose fat any faster than just eating less calories than you burn every day. So if you're somebody who enjoys breakfast and you enjoy eating a meal right when you wake up during the day, then by all means continue to do that, right? Intermittent fasting, for those of you who don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's simply not eating for a period of time, right? It could be 8 hours, it could be 12 hours, it could be as long as 72 hours in some extreme cases. But intermittent fasting has kind of taken over as one of the fat loss hacks in the industry recently. Now, I discovered intermittent fasting years ago. It's almost been about 6 years since I started intermittent fasting, and I can honestly say more than anything else that I've come across in fitness, intermittent fasting has completely changed my life. Now, the reason for that is because I used to hate eating breakfast, and every time I would eat breakfast, I would feel terrible for the rest of the day. Part of that was what I was eating for breakfast. I used to eat oatmeal and the typical bodybuilding style meal first thing in the day. All those carbs coupled with food sensitivity to gluten, I really just didn't feel great after I would eat breakfast. But I always thought that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. I used to eat Cheerios and breakfast sandwiches and all sorts of nonsense when I was a kid. So switching to oatmeal and eggs and egg whites and all that stuff kind of made me think I was doing the right thing. However, once again, when it comes to fitness, we have to question everything that we hear. Every rule we hear, every fat loss trick that we hear, we have to really do the research for ourselves. So I stumbled upon a guy named Martin Birkin who actually created a program called Lean Gains, and he talked about how intermittent fasting was something that helped his clients lose fat a lot more optimally, but also live a better lifestyle. At the time, I was going through a really rough patch in my life, so something that improved my life was more attractive than just the fat loss and the body composition changes and all that stuff. So I started skipping breakfast. I started pushing my first meal to about 10 or 12 o'clock, middle of the day, and I noticed instantly that I felt better. Like my clarity of mind was better, my energy in the morning was better. I felt almost like I was on a high in the morning just by the fact that I wasn't eating breakfast. So it was like incredible to me. Like I instantly felt just amazing. Now, the second part of all this was that since I wasn't eating calories first thing in the morning, I was able to eat more calories later in the day. This was a huge breakthrough for me because forever, especially when I was trying to lose fat, I would get to the end of the day and I would have just a small amount of calories to play with for my last meal. And so when my wife and I, the girl who's my wife now, when we started dating, I was having a hard time going out to eat with her because I could only eat small amounts of food. But when I started intermittent fasting, I now had just about double the amount of calories that I had before for my last meal. So I was able to eat regular meals when I would go out, just healthy stuff, a full plate of food, and actually feel really satisfied before going to bed at night. This was massive for me. Why was all this so important? Was it because it was like magically helping me strip body fat off more? Was I waking up with abs in much faster periods of time? No, not at all. This intermittent fasting tool was simply allowing me to have better adherence to my health and fitness plan. And when I talk about adherence, I literally reference it as the most important factor when it comes to fitness, health, anything that you want to improve. Your ability to stick to the plan is going to be the indicator, right? The biggest indicator of success when it comes to getting the results that you want. Intermittent fasting allowed me to skip breakfast, which I love doing, right? I didn't want to eat breakfast anyway. It allowed me to eat more food later in the day, and it allowed me also more clarity and mental energy in the morning when I get a lot of things done. Nowadays, I fast just about every day. Sometimes I go longer, sometimes I go 16 to 20, 24 hours. I know there are some health studies done out there that say longer fasts can do great things for health. I tend to throw a longer fast in about once to twice every month. This is for like 24 hours or more. This helps just basically get my body to flush out a lot of things that it's trying to get rid of, right? It gives my digestive tract a break from digesting food all the time. It basically helps my body recycle cells and just improve its overall bodily function. It's almost like a natural detox for my body. So that's longer fast though. When I do my shorter fast, which is anywhere from 14 to 16 hours, I'm not necessarily going for the health benefits there. I'm just going for the overall adherence benefits, the ability to stick to a plan and basically live my life to the capacity that I want to live it, right? So when I coach clients online, not everybody does intermittent fasting. Not everybody's a great fit for intermittent fasting. Like I said earlier, if you enjoy eating breakfast and it helps you stick to your plan, then keep doing that. If you try intermittent fasting and you feel like crap, well, then don't do intermittent fasting, right? This is not something that is required. Despite what people will tell you, it's not a magical bullet when it comes to directly targeting body fat. What it can be for some people is a lifestyle boost, right? A tool to help you stay on track, live your life, and enjoy this whole process of living a healthy and fit lifestyle versus having to comply to these made up rules that the industry tells us we have to follow, which is eat breakfast, eat every 2 hours, all that nonsense. None of that is true. The bottom line is whatever you can stick to the best is what's going to give you the best results. And for a lot of my clients, they utilize intermittent fasting to do that. My recommendation is this: if you've never tried intermittent fasting before and you have some of the things that I talked about as far as lifestyle concerns, being able to eat more at night with your family, being able to go out and enjoy social settings and have calories to play with, and maybe you don't enjoy breakfast that much and you have a lot of mental energy that's required in the morning, I would give intermittent fasting a try. Then obviously you're gonna have to listen to your body. If you feel great doing it, then keep doing it. If you don't, simply don't, right? Or if you feel okay, maybe it's not great, not horrible, throw it in from time to time. As far as longer fasting goes, I would highly suggest making sure, number one, you have medical clearance from your doctor before trying that, but also be very cautious and careful, right? This is not something that is meant to make you feel lightheaded or feel like you have to lay down and can't function all day. This is supposed to improve your health, your energy, and your overall life experience. So be cautious, get approval from a doctor first, and then if you want to give those longer fasts a try, then by all means, go for it. That's all I got for you today. I hope this video was helpful when it comes to intermittent fasting. If it was, make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment below. Talk to you soon. Peace.